Good morning, everybody. This is Michelle Holloway from the Y. Today's class, you need yoga blocks or something that's sturdy that might be able to help you. You might not need them at all. You need your roller and a ball. Remember, I'm using the melt ball, but you can use a tennis ball. And then a yoga strap would be helpful. If you don't have a yoga strap, a belt or a bath towel. Okay, let's get started. We'll start with the foot treatment. We are going to focus more on the hands today to help release the upper body. From here, standing up tall, align your ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and hips over feet. Allow yourself a couple of full breaths. Hands on the belly. As you inhale, allow your belly to blossom. On the exhale, notice how the belly gets smaller. Breathing in fully through the nose. Once again, expanding the belly and the rib cage. Exhale, try to relax the body. And then take a moment to tune in, noticing how your feet feel on the floor. Every day is different. Remembering that ideally we want our feet evenly rooted to the ground. Spaces for our arches. Take a moment to scan your thighs. Just notice. Are you locking your knees to stand up tall? Are you using all the muscles in the thighs and your butt cheeks? And if you're answering yes, I want you to soften your knees, relax the muscles, and just notice if you now feel like you're off balance or maybe you're swaying back and forth. I don't want you to change anything, just notice what you're feeling. Allow yourself another breath. And just notice when you're taking a full breath, are you feeling the belly and rib cage expanding? Or do you notice that your chest expands and the shoulders kind of reach up to the ears? That's more of a shallow breath. And our goal in this class is to breathe into the diaphragm. Take another breath. Try to remember how your feet feel on the floor. We'll come back and reassess in just a moment. Let's start with our left foot today using the ball. If you're using the tennis ball, remember you could sit in the chair to have more balance or keep your hand on something to help you balance. We bring the ball right underneath the very center of our foot. Our feet are wide. We gently rock side to side a few times to find tolerable pressure. We never want to feel pain when we use our ball. And then I want you to keep what you feel is tolerable pressure on the ball. Maybe sway left or right a few times. Just make sure you have balance. Again, you can always put your hand on something to help you. We take a full breath here, and this is for the diaphragm. Step back a bit with the right foot. We're going to place our weight into the right foot, decompress the ball. And I want you to take the ball right behind the big foot knuckle. Come forward and compress. Allow yourself a full breath. Weight into the right foot as you decompress the ball. Let's lift our foot off the ball. The ball is on the outside edge of the foot, the 50-yard line of the foot. Cover up the ball and compress. Be careful with the tennis ball. When you look down with the smaller ball, you should see a little bit of blue sticking out. This helps release the upper back. Weight into the right foot as you decompress the ball. And I want you to take the ball right in front of your heel. We come forward and compress. This one's for low back. And then with our toes down, we're going to start that gliding motion. You're moving your foot right to left, and with consistent pressure on the ball, start to bring your foot forward to get the ball to the back of the heel. Once you get to the back of the heel, start to pull your foot towards the body so that you end up in front of the heel. And once you land in front of the heel, pause. Let's create the shear. It's a tiny little wiggle. Pause and take a breath. From here, we're going to place the weight into the right foot, decompress the ball. I want you to take the ball to the big foot knuckle or the big pad of your foot. We come forward with our weight, compress, and then swipe the whole foot to the right, keeping your toes relaxed. Lift your foot, reposition, squish, and swipe to the right. We'll do this 2 more times. And then, like a little kid scribbling on paper, light pressure, quick movements, just roll the whole entire foot. Remember, if nothing else each day, you can hit the very center of your foot, take a breath, and then create this friction to at least hydrate the lower body. Let's stand on our foot. I want you to align your shoulders with ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and hips over feet. Close your eyes and allow yourself a couple of breaths. With your eyes closed, just notice the difference between the left foot and the right foot. I'm hoping that your left foot feels lighter, more evenly rooted. And if you scan your left thigh, I'm hoping it feels seamless in comparison to a moment ago. If you notice on the right side, you can feel all the segments. Go ahead and open your eyes. We transfer our weight into the left foot as we lift our right foot, placing the ball right underneath the center of our foot. Once again, we rock side to side to find tolerable pressure. And then once you find your tolerable pressure, keep that amount of weight there. Take a full breath. Step back slightly with your left foot, decompress the ball, and we're going to take that ball right behind the big pad of your foot. Come forward and compress. Allow yourself a full breath. Weight into the left foot as you decompress the ball. Lift your foot, take the ball to the outside edge of the foot. Cover up the ball and compress. Once again, you should see a little bit of blue there. Make sure both legs have a slight bend in them. Weight into the left foot as you decompress the ball. I want you the ball right in front of your heel. Once again, we're going to come forward with our weight, take a breath, and then start that gliding motion. Start to bring your foot forward. Remember, this is to get the ball to the back of the heel. It's kind of tricky if you have a tennis ball. Now slowly bring the foot back towards the body to end up in front of the heel. And once you land in front of the heel, I want you to pause and create that shear, the tiny little wiggle. Pause and allow yourself a breath. Weight into the left foot as you decompress the ball. I want you to take the ball underneath the big foot knuckle. Come forward and compress. Let's take our foot all the way to the left, lifting the foot, reposition, squish, and swipe. Allow two more. And then once again, quick movements, light pressure, roll, roll, roll. Let's roll the left foot one more time. And then last time on the right. From here, we'll come down to a seated position. And if you're at home, obviously you could sit in your chair if this is not comfortable sitting on the floor. And you also have yoga blocks. If you have them, you can sit on the yoga blocks to make yourself a little taller. For me, that's really nice on my low back. Take some of the pressure off. We make sure that we move our flesh out of the way. Let's lengthen the spine. Take a full breath. Reach up and lower it down. One more time. Let's reach and lower. With the fingertips on the mat, walk them away a little bit further so that you have length in the arms. And then really elongate the spine. Think about maybe pressing the tailbone back a bit to keep the natural curve in the spine. Our chin is level, the head's reaching for the back wall. And I simply want you to drop the ear to the shoulder. Slowly return to center and switch. We'll do a couple more rhythmic. And again, we slowly switch. One more time each side. And then from here, we'll drop our ear to the shoulder and hold that position. So right ear to the shoulder. Let's try to walk the left arm out just a hair further. And then raise the left arm just enough so that you can turn the palm and the fingers are no longer touching the floor. With our ear continuing to reach for the shoulder, we're going to rotate the thumb towards the floor as we drop our chin towards the chest a bit. And then we'll slowly tilt the head back as we rotate the thumb back towards the ceiling. Inhale in one direction and exhale in the opposite. Work with your breath. And then let's tilt the head back a bit, thumb up to the sky. reaching a bit further. Allow yourself a full breath here. We take our fingertips towards the mat, slowly return your head to center. One big shoulder roll, adjusting the posture. Again, reaching with both arms. Let's drop the left ear to the shoulder. Allow yourself a full breath. And then once again, let's lift the fingertips, turn the palm to face forward, thumb to the sky. Keeping our ear towards the shoulder, we're going to let our chin drop as we rotate the thumb towards the mat. And then once again, as the thumb rotates towards the ceiling, we tilt the head back slightly. Go to what's comfortable for you. A little discomfort's okay, but never neck pain. Hopefully, you can feel that release between the neck and shoulders. Let's rotate the thumb up, keep it up, the head slightly tilted back. Maybe reach a bit further with the right arm and allow yourself a full breath. Fingertips to the mat. We slowly bring our head to center. Once again, a big shoulder roll. And then from here, take both arms, hands behind the head. Making sure that the neck is still sitting over the side. Sometimes a little self-check, chin level, head reaching for the back wall. Without moving your neck, as you inhale, bring your elbows in towards the head. Exhale, press the elbows towards the back wall. Be careful in this position. A lot of times in class, we see people starting to thrust their head forward, our neck stays long. Again, when you're ready to breathe in, the elbows come in, feel that nice release in the upper back. As you exhale, feel the stretch in the front of the shoulders, maybe the chest. Allow yourself a couple more. This time, as you open the elbows, keep them open. I want you to rotate to the right side of the room. And then let's slowly take it to the left side of the room. One more time each side. We'll rotate to the right side of the room, only this time we're going to keep it there. Grow a bit taller in the spine. And on your next breath, see if you can take that right elbow and reach back a bit further. Think about taking the right shoulder blade into your racer back tank top or towards the spine. Slowly return to center, and then we rotate to the left. That left elbow is reaching for the back wall. Grow a bit taller. Take another breath. And then we slowly return to center. Bring your elbows in, lowering the arms. Roll the shoulders. From here, you'll take both hands forward. Sitting up as tall as you can. Take the fingertips towards me as you take your shoulder blades back to the wall behind you. And then I want you to just retract the shoulder blades. Again, let's reach and pull them back. Clasp the hands together, turn the palms to face me. You're going to reach once again. So the palms are reaching, the shoulder blades are reaching for the back wall. And then we slowly bring the arms up to the position that's best for you. Listen to your neck and shoulders. If you're feeling pain, it's not worth it. Maybe come forehead level. And then we're going to slowly side bend to the left. Take a breath. Center it up. We side bend to the right. And center one more time. Side bend to the left, pausing for a moment. Think about breathing into the right side of your rib cage. Returning to center, and then we'll side bend to the right. Breathing into the left side of your rib cage, expand it. And again to center. Let's slowly release the hands. Arms come down, roll your shoulders. Let's take the back of your hands to low back. Once again, adjusting the posture, grow taller. Without moving the rest of the body, elbows come forward, feel that release throughout the shoulders. And then press the elbows to the back wall gently. Breathe in one direction and out in the opposite. Let's do just a couple more. Last one here. And then slide the hands down, shoulder roll. I'm going to have you switch the position of the legs and grab hold of your ball. Remember, you can use the tennis ball. It's just a little trickier with the tennis ball. If this is not comfortable for you, you can absolutely come to your hands and knees, or if you're at home, you can sit in a chair and use the table. That's more comfortable. I'm going to keep my legs crossed today. I want the center of your left hand over the ball, and we're going to completely relax the hand. Your right hand is what's doing the work. We gently compress the ball and take a breath. You're going to lift your hand and we take it to the thumb pad area. This is a position point for the neck. Again, a full breath. From here, you lift your hand and you're going to take the ball between the two pads, making sure that you're not on your wrist. And then once again, from here, we go to the outer pad. I want you to take your right hand to the side to support your weight. The middle finger of your left hand stays down on the floor at your pivot point. And we're going to create a smiley face at the bottom of the hand. So if you're a visual learner, we're basically taking the ball from the thumb pad over to the other pad. And then from here, we're going to take it over to the thumb pad, gently compress the ball, and I want you to create a little wiggle underneath that shear. We pause with compression on the ball, create a handful of thumb circles. Pause and take a breath. And then from here, I'm going to pick up the ball, take the ball to the side, compress the ball, one clean sweep. You're going to come forward to the elbow. We lift up our arm, take the ball back to the hip, compress and roll. Give me two more like that. We're going in one direction. And if you have tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, this might feel really good. Go ahead and pick up the ball with your right hand. Take the left hand flat on the floor, and I want you to go over your fingers. You're going to start at the bottom of your finger and go over the fingers. Make sure you're not hitting the back of your hand. So we started our pointer finger, and we work our way to the pinky. Once you get to the pinky, work your way towards the thumb. When we get to the thumb, you're going to go side of the hand and the thumb a few times. And then place that ball underneath your hand. Give me light pressure, quick movements. Just roll, roll, roll. Same way we do with our feet. And again, if you're really, really busy, if nothing else, each day, just press the center of your hand, compress, take a breath, and then create this quick movement, because at least it'll hydrate the upper body. All right, center of the right hand over the ball. Completely relax your right hand. The left hand is what does the work. Compress, take a breath. We lift our hand and we go to the thumb pad for neck. Compress. Once again, let's lift, go between the two pads. And then finally, that last pad, the outer pad. I'll have you take your left hand to the side. Middle finger of the right hand is down on the mat, and you're going to create your smiley face at the bottom of the hand. So you're going over three thumb pads, or I'm sorry, the three pads, or the heel of your hand, whatever makes sense to you. Take it to the thumb pad area, compress, and then create that little wiggle. Pause. With compression on the ball, you're going to give me a few circles with your thumb. We pause and allow ourselves the breath. Go ahead and pick up the ball. Take the ball to the side. Once again, we're just going to compress and then roll to your elbow. Lift your arm, pick up the ball, take it back towards the hip, and roll. You're looking for consistent pressure on the ball. It doesn't have to be a lot of pressure, but consistent. One more time. And then once again, we're going to place the right hand on the floor. Left hand has the ball. Go over the backs of your fingers. And when you get to your pinky, I want you to work your way to the thumb. When we get to the thumb, it's side of the hand and the thumb a few times. Our thumbs do a lot of work. Go ahead and take that ball underneath the right hand. Quick movement, light pressure. We'll do that once again on the left hand. And last time on the right. From here, we'll take our ball to the side. We're going to use that at the end of class. And I'll have you uncross the legs. We'll take our blocks away. Keep them at the sides, though. If you need a sip of water, now would be a great time for you to take it. Starting with your melt roller, we'll take our upper back to the roller. I want you to find the very bottom of your shoulder blades. If you're not sure how to find them, you can always punch the seal in, and hopefully you're feeling the very bottom of that shoulder blade touch the roller. We place our hands on our head, and I like to say, think about cradling an infant. You don't want their heads flopping all over the place. You're going to take your thumbs to the neck, hands will clasp at the base of skull. And then from here, we'll bring our elbows in so that you can see them in the corners of the eye. Our chin is off the chest, but we have plenty of room for our fist between chin and chest. Go ahead and lift the back of your hips. You're going to tuck the pelvis, pubic bone comes towards the face, and then place the back of the hips on the mat. We take a full breath here. On your exhale, pull the rib cage towards the hips a bit, engaging the belly, and then we're going to press our feet into the floor and lift our hips. I want you to roll about 2 vertebrae or 2 inches. You're going to start to make that movement smaller and smaller, and then just stop. Keeping your pelvis tucked, we place the back of the hips on the mat. We curl up a hair higher, and I want you to create side bends. So you're not crossing over the body, you're taking the rib cage towards the hip, and then slowly taking the rib cage to the other side. Let's return to center, take a full breath. Lift your hips, walk your feet forward just a bit so you're a little higher in the shoulder blades. And again, we create this tiny motion. Make the movement smaller and smaller, and then just stop. Back of the hips on the mat, we curl up by taking our rib cage towards the hips. And once again, we create this side bend motion. Return to center, allow yourself a full breath. From this point, I want you to think about taking your right elbow high to the sky. And when you do that, you should feel your right shoulder blade lift off the mat. Our left shoulder blade is on the roller. Go ahead and open your feet a little bit wider, lift your hips a bit, and create a swirling action over the left shoulder blade. I'm sorry, the right shoulder blade. Make that motion a little bit smaller. And then place the right butt cheek down on the mat. We're still angled onto that shoulder. We're going to take our right hand to the shoulder and create circular motions. From here, we replace our hand to the head, take a full breath. We return to center, adjust the hips, take your right elbow high to the sky so that we're on our left shoulder blade. And then once again, with our feet a little bit wider, we lift our hip and create a swirling action over the shoulder blade. We start to make the motion a bit smaller. And then we're going to replace the left side of your bum on the mat. Hand to the shoulder, create some circles. Pause, hand to the head, take a breath. And then return to center. We're gonna rinse that. So feet are in line with the hips. We lift our hips. We roll to the tops of the shoulders and then press and lengthen. Go ahead and replace your feet to the mat. Roll to the tops of the shoulders and then press through the feet to lengthen. Give me 2 more. If you're coming off your mat, you're doing it correctly. 1 more time. And then from here, you're going to turn to one side and bring yourself up. I'll scoot down so you can see me. And I want you to turn yourself side lying. We're going to align ourselves up with our pec muscles. Hand, or you could think just above the brow line. Hand to the head, legs are bent. From here, I want you to think about rainbowing the lower part of your body away from the floor. So we take a breath in. As you exhale, lift and then relax it. Again, we lift and relax. So it's almost like you're pulling the rib cage towards the hips a bit. A crunch, only side lying. 1 more time. And relax. So some of us might stay here and this is the best position for us. Others will lift the elbow and then lower. Lift and lower. So if you're feeling pain when you do this, then just hold the elbow to the mat and breathe. At this point, everybody will. Take a full breath. We hit 1 more spot. Take your hand to the roller, push your elbow down into the mat to lift yourself and push that a little closer to your underarm. I can still touch my underarm though, so it's not on the roller. Once again, we rainbow away from the mat and then relax your spine. Give me 3 more. Relax it back. Either stay here or raise the elbow and tap it down. Notice how my neck stays supported the whole time. I'm allowing my hand to hold my head up so I'm not getting strained in the neck. 1 more. Once again, relax the elbow to the mat and take a full breath. I'm going to have you push your elbow into the mat once again. Pull that roller closer to the brow line. Extend the top leg, big toe to the floor. Allow your bottom arm to lengthen and rest a head on the arm. Our top arm comes over. I want you to bend the bottom arm and grab hold of the forearm. With your big toe pressing down into the ground, you're going to press your hips forward or towards the camera. We're reaching to both ends of the room. And I want you to rainbow the bottom half of your body away from the floor once again. So we're lifting our body away from the roller. Give yourself a couple of full breaths as you reach to both ends of the room. Hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch in the side body, top side body. 1 more breath. Inhale, expand the rib cage. We'll bend our knee, stacking the legs. Top hand to the floor. Use that hand to bring yourself up. And we're going to turn over belly side. We'll get to the other side in just a moment. I want you to place that roller right against your knees and then walk yourself forward. Again, you're just above your kneecaps. Make sure that your toes are not up in the air. You can see how my belly's touching the floor? That's really hard on my spine. Instead, you're going to place the toes on the floor and lift your belly away from the ground. Pull the shoulder blades down and away and use your ankle mobility to roll. We're going to lean to the left side. There's some attachments there, so it might be uncomfortable. And then we'll slowly come to the center and we'll lean to the right. And again, return to center. We stop our forward and back motion. And from here, you're just going to either drag your legs left to right, or you're going to take the hips side to side, whatever works for you. If you feel anything crunchy, don't get on top of it, get next to it. And then I want you to give me 2 knee bends on the left and 2 knee bends on the right. We pause and take a full breath, making sure we're still pushing away from the ground and our neck is still long. Go ahead and walk yourself back a little further so you're in the middle of the thighs now. And again, using your ankles, you're going to rock back and forth on your toes. Let's lean just a little bit to the left. So you're not on the side of your leg, but you're on the corner of the leg where the bigger part of the muscle is. Bring it to center. And then we roll to the right side. Once again, return to center. We stop our forward and back motion, and you can drag your thighs or you can move them side to side. That one there is really tender for a lot of people. Go ahead and bring it to center once again. Try bending a knee a couple of times and then switch. Take a full breath and walk yourself back one last time. So we're at the very top of our thighs now. I'm going to have you take your left hand, bend it, or your left arm, sorry, bend it. Push that hand into the ground. Your right hand is going to press into the ground so you can go to your side. Now we never roll this part of our leg. I'm at the very top of my thigh, just underneath my hip. My legs are staggered and I'm still using my feet to rock back and forth. Push away from the ground. And then from here, again, you can drag or you can lean forward and back. And then go ahead and pause. Try bending the bottom leg. And if it's too much, don't do it. Instead, you'll just pause and wait. Everybody take a breath. We'll slowly take that hand forward, lower your thighs to the roller. We take our right arm down. Position the left hand to the ground and then turn your right hand to face it and shift to the opposite thigh. So we're on the side of our leg, just underneath that hip, using your toes to rock forward and back. Once again, we're going to pause. You can drag, you can lean forward and back, whatever works best for you. And then once again, let's just pause. Try bending the knee and extending. Make sure you're still pushing away from the ground. We don't want to sink into our shoulders. And then again, we just pause and take a breath. And then slowly return to center. I'm going to have you drop your knees to the mat. Walk yourself back a little bit so that your hips are on the roller. You have a little bit of forward. Elbows underneath your shoulders. And I want you to curl the toes under. Think about pushing the heels back. You'll feel your knees rise. Before we go any further, I do not want you to move your elbows. Our elbows are glued to the mat. But you're going to open your hands wider so those are on the edges of the mat. Your gaze is down. Think about creating as replace the hips. Once again, exhale. You're hovering as you lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time. See if you can hold it up for a couple of breaths this time. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, hover over the roller. Think about taking the rib cage towards the hips just a little bit. Lengthening the body, pushing the heels back. Push away from the ground. Give yourself one more breath. And then slowly bring the hips down, lower the knees. We'll take our hands in closer to the body and then push yourself up Sit your bums back towards your heels. Take both hands to the roller and reach. Allow your ears to rest between the arms. If this is uncomfortable, you can always make your knees wider and let your chest fall towards the floor a little bit more. Keeping your hips on your heels. On your breath out, you're going to round your back, tucking your chin. And as you're ready to breathe in, you're going to go ahead and lengthen. See if you can get a little further with the roller. Again, we tuck our chin, round the back, and reach, lengthening just a bit further. One more time, rounding and reaching. And then relax. Go ahead and round up. I'm going to swing around so that you can still see me if you're a visual learner. We start by side lying over the roller. And remember, we begin about the bra line or in line with your pec muscle. Legs are bent, head to the hands. Take a breath in, and when you're ready to breathe out, you're going to lift the side of your belly away from the floor and then relax it down. Again, we lift and lower. One way to think about it is pulling the rib cage towards the hips just a little bit. We relax it, and once again, this might be the best position for you. For others, we're going to lift the elbow and tap. If you're feeling sharp shooting pains or pressure in the shoulder, I want you to just keep the elbow. Take your elbow to the ground, take a full breath. And then once again, we're going to push our elbow into the ground, lifting our body just enough to bring that closer to our underarm. Remember, your underarm is not on the roller, it's just real close to it. We lift our bellies away from the floor and then lower it down. I should have said side belly away. And down. Rib cage towards the hip. Down. One more. We stay here and breathe, or lift the elbow and lower. Listen to your body. If you're stressing, meaning that like fight or fight, I want you to just keep your elbow to the ground and relax. And then everybody will take their elbows to the ground, take a full breath. Once again, push your elbow into the ground, lift your body, take that closer to the bra line or the pec muscle. I'm going to have you extend the arm, rest your head to the arm. Take that top leg out, big toe into the ground. We slowly bring our top arm over and we're going to grab the forearm. We're reaching to both ends of the room and you're going to push your hips forward. Lift the lower body away from the roller. And give yourself a couple of full breaths while you're reaching to both ends of the room. Try to expand that top rib cage. And then once again, we bend the top leg, hand to the ground, push yourself up, and we're going to turn this vertical. Have a seat on the bottom of the roller and then lie down. Adjust yourself so that your spine is glued to the roller. Our feet and knees are in line with the roller, hands to the sides. Gently rock side to side a few times. We return ourselves to center. I'm going to have you tuck the pelvis. You'll feel the small of the back touch the roller. And then just relax the pelvis, which is kind of in a tilt. And you'll feel the low back scoop. Again, tuck and tilt. As you tuck and tilt, notice, is the upper body moving? Ideally, we want differentiation between the two halves. Our goal is to keep this upper body stable as the low body is moving. Relax your pelvis. Place one hand on low belly, one hand on the chest. Give yourself a full breath in through the nose. Expand the belly and back. Exhale through the mouth. Notice how the belly gets smaller. I like to close my eyes when I do this. It helps me connect a lot easier to my breath. The next part of your 3D breath is expanding the rib cage. So slide your hands to the rib cage, elbows to the floor. A breath in through the nose, pressing the rib cage out to the sides of the room. As you exhale, notice how the fingertips get closer together, the rib cage gets smaller. And then finally, the last part of 3D breath is blanking the torso. Inhale through the nose. Chest is reaching for the face, the low belly is reaching for the thighs, creating length. And as you exhale, feel the rib cage and hips get closer together, the torso gets shorter. And then let's combine all 3 breathing patterns. Inhale through the nose, belly and back expand, rib cage presses out to the side of the room, lengthen the torso. Exhale through the mouth as if you're shushing a noisy kid in the library. And if the sh sound doesn't work for you, try the SI sound, like a tire losing air. Or maybe you're a yoga person and you like that HA sound. Pick a breathing pattern that works for you and give me a couple more. Notice how the abdominal wall contracts on the exhales. I want you to keep that contraction. We take both arms up to the ceiling. Angle the arms so they're more in line with the rib cage. That way we have an angle on our shoulder. On your next inhale, lift the shoulder blades away from the roller and then allow them to float back down. Give me a few more. Reaching and lowering. Our head and neck stay completely relaxed. This is just shoulder blade reach. Shoulder blades become heavy on the roller. Keep them. I want you to take one arm and reach for the back wall. Opposite arm reaches for the wall in front of us. And we switch them. Single arm reach. Making sure that the arm reaching for the back wall doesn't go past the cheekbone and the opposite hand doesn't go past the thigh. From here, let's line our arms up at the rib cage. Lift the shoulder blades. Allow them to get heavy on the roller and keep them there. Turn the palms to face the ground, reaching for the corners of the room. Turn your head slightly to the right. Your left hand stays on the ground. Just create a little bit more length in the arm. Hopefully you feel a nice pull of the connective tissue running through that left arm. We return our head to center, and then you'll turn your head to the left. Create a little bit more length in the right arm, feeling that nice pull. Returning the head to center, slide the right leg out to a lengthened position. Fall off your roller on the right side. Use your left hand to push the roller away. And then from here, I'll have you take both legs into the chest. Create a handful of circles with your hips. Let's reverse the circles. And then gently pull them in close, making sure the shoulders are relaxed, your collarbone is still open. Take both knees to one side of the room. Arms are going to T, and you turn your gaze away from the legs. Engage your bellies to protect the back. You'll bring your top leg up first, then the bottom follows. Knees into the chest, take a breath. Keeping the knees close to the chest, create your T. Allow the knees to fall to the opposite side of the room, turning your gaze away from the legs. That should feel good in the top hip, throughout the rib cage. Some of us might feel it in the back as well. And once again, engage your belly. Return the legs to center. Take each foot to the floor. So I asked you to have a yoga strap or a belt. We're going to use it, getting the front of the thigh and the back of the thigh. So let's place our left foot onto the strap, or the strap onto the left foot. From here, if we have low back issues, it might be better to keep a bend in the knee, just not a big bend in the knee. So you would slide the foot out to lessen that. If you don't have the low back issues, you can slide the right leg all the way out. What I want is length in that left leg. A lot of our yogis, you're able to take your knee all the way to your face, and then the back of the hips are lifted off the mat. Today, I want you to focus on just the back of the thighs. So let's press the sacrum or the back of the hips down into the mat. And when you look at your left leg, look for length. We're not locking our knee. Our knee is still soft, but I don't want to bend. Now I've lost the stretch in my hamstring. Let's lengthen. Point through the toes, feel that pull in your shin, and then flex the foot, feel the pull in the calf. One more time, toes to the ceiling, toes to you, and keep them to you. Let's bring the leg in just a hair closer and really think about pushing the left hip down towards the mat. And hopefully you feel that nice tug in the back of your thigh. We're going to bend our knee, pulling the foot towards our body for just a sec. And then lengthen the leg again. See if you can get a little taller. We'll do that one more time. I want you to bend the knee, pull that strap a little harder. A little bit more taut maybe. And then push the heel high to the sky. And we're going to press our hip down into the mat. I want you to rotate from your hip, knee and toe out. You'll feel a difference in the pull. Now rotate your heel away from the center line. We'll do that a couple of more times. Think about maybe your heel being a windshield wiper. It's just the windshield wiper gets stuck each position. Heel goes center, take a full breath. And then heel out to the side for a breath. We're going to bend that knee, and I want you to bring the opposite foot up. Get the arch of the foot. Remember, low back issues? Foot to the floor with a slight bend in the knee. Otherwise, the leg is nice and long. We want you to get your strap situated. Look at your leg. Make sure you have length in the leg. On this side, I'm going to have to bring my leg down a little closer to the floor. We press our sacrum or the back of the hips down into the mat. Point through the toes. Flex the foot. Again, let's point and flex. Keep the flexion. You're pressing your heel high to the sky as you push the back of the right hip down into the mat. Let's bend the knee. Pull the strap a little bit tighter. And then press the leg high to the sky. One more time. Bend your knee. Press the heel high to the sky. Push the right hip down into the mat. And then once again, we'll create slow windshield wipers with our heel. The heel is going to rotate to the midline of the body or the center of the body. You'll feel the difference in the pull. And then take the heel away from the midline. My leg doesn't go very far this way. Heel to the midline. Heel away. Last time. Heel to the midline. Take a full breath. Heel away. Take a breath. We bend the knee. We're going to keep the strap on our foot. I want you to bend the opposite leg and start to turn yourself over. So our elbows are going to be on the ground. Adjust your hips so both hips are pressing down into the ground and start to pull that strap. To begin, I want both hips down. Right now you have that strap on the right foot. And if you're able to push the right hip down into the mat, you're getting a stretch in the front of your thigh. On your next breath, we're going to see if we can get a little deeper and a little further up the thigh. So start to pull to where your thigh is lifting off the ground. Go ahead and relax your thigh. We'll bring that leg around and switch. If you have to get up to do it, that's okay too. So once again, once you have the strap on the left foot, our elbows are on the ground and we adjust ourselves so that both hips are pushing down into the mat. Bend the elbows, pulling on the strap, just so that you can get a stretch in the front of the leg to start. If you feel your hip already lifting off the ground, you're going too far. We'll get there. And then when you're ready, start to get rid of all the slack in the strap. Lift the thigh off the mat. And then slowly relax it. From here, I'll have you place one arm on top of the other, forehead to the arms. Open up your legs wider and bend the knees. And then I want you to just create windshield wipers with the hips. You'll bring your legs to center, extend the legs. Let's open up the arms, pulling the elbows underneath the shoulders. We press both hips down into the mat and keep our bums relaxed. Our shoulder blades are going to reach down or towards our hips. And I want you to just grow a little bit taller. Feel that nice stretch in the front side of the belly. Our belly's in the front. Feeling your back muscles work. Without dropping your chin, I want you to sink into the shoulders for a moment. And again, press the forearms into the mat and lift a little higher, grow a bit taller. So we can repeat this one more time, just the way that we are. If you're a yoga person, you might prefer Cobra. So if that's you, you're going to open up your hands wider, sink down, open up the elbows a little wider, and pull yourself up to a position that's best for you. Our shoulder blades are down and away. And then again, we're going to slowly relax it down. Maybe move your hips left to right just in case your back got tight. And then hands close to the body. Push yourself up just so that you can swing a leg through. And I'm going to have you lie down on the mat. Grab your ball. And if you don't have a small softball like this, you can use 2 fingers together. We'll lie down on the ground. Adjust yourself so you're comfortably pressed into the mat. We take a full breath. And I want you to take your ball into your right hand. And again, if you don't have a ball, just take the pointer finger and the middle finger together. But if you're using the ball goes to your temple. Gently compress the ball to the temple. Shoulders are relaxed. And again, I encourage you to close your eyes. We create a few circles on the temple. A lot of us carry a lot of tension in this area. We do a lot of frowning.
Go ahead and pause. Take a full breath in and out. And then from here, I want you to grab the ball with your thumb and your pinky. Take those 2 fingers and place them on your jaw. Open and close your jaw a few times. What you're looking for is that muscle to pop up. That's where your ball goes. Go ahead and compress that area and then create your circles. And once again, when we're stressed, we carry a lot of tension in our jaw. A lot of us grit our teeth. Go ahead and compress, take a breath. And then finally, our last position point is right behind the ear. We're going to place the ball behind our ear. Compress, make sure the shoulders still relaxed, and add your circles. Compress and take a breath. I'll have you take the ball from the right hand to the left hand. We begin at our temple. Drop your shoulder, gently compress, and when you're ready, create your circles. Compress, take a breath. Again, grab the ball with the thumb and the pinky finger. Take 2 fingers and open and close your mouth a couple of times. Find the muscle that's popping up. Place the ball right there. Compress. Add your circles. Compress and take a breath. Once again, go right behind your ear. Compress that area. Add some slow circles. Compress, allow yourself your breath. From here, take your ball to the side. Close your eyes, quiet the mind. Give yourself permission to take just a couple of minutes to think of only you and your body simply relaxing. With each breath, allow the tension to leave your body. Feel yourself get heavier in the mouth. Maybe slow the breath down. Simply be. Start to bring some awareness back to your body. Maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Allow yourself a full breath. The belly rises and falls. Slowly slide each leg into a bent position. Let's take the knees to one side of the room, raising the arm, resting the head on the arm. And then when you're ready, you'll use your top hand to assist you in coming up to a seated position. Cross the legs in front of you. We sit up nice and tall. Let's finish with just a few breaths. We breathe in, reaching up. Turn the palms towards the floor as you lower them down. Again, a breath in as you reach. Exhale as you lower. Let's bring them up. And this time, bring your hands heart center, lowering your hands down. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day. Remember, stay hydrated. Take time to breathe.